Hi guys, welcome back. Since we can't go fishing, I thought we'd just get in the boat, we'd play with some fishing gear and tidy a few bits and pieces up. I have a very bad habit of throwing lures back into just wherever, and every once in a while I'm going to go back through and tidy it all up and clear everything back into their proper containers so I can find them again. So what I thought I'd do while I'm going is I'll just show you sort of a few of the setups that I use. I own a lot of different rods, like most enthusiastic fishermen, but I probably do have a few core rods that I use a lot all the time. Depending on what I'm doing as to whether I use spin or bait cast, sometimes I use both. But I'll just run you through what I've got here with me. These are just ones that I pulled out, and they're probably the ones I use the most. I think there's probably a few others still in there, but yeah. So starting off, this one here, this is probably the most common bass rod that I use. This is a 601L Amp 3 rod, and it's got a dial attached to a 70 on it. So it's only a 6 foot. There is a 6'8" version of it now. If you wanted a bit more length, that wasn't out when I got this one, but both of them, they just work very well. They're very light in the hand, um, and yeah, they caught me plenty of bass. So it's just nice and responsive in the tip. I can throw really light lures, anything from there's a Jackal Suison, and I can throw sort of spinner baits and stuff on it as well. So it's a very good all round rod. And then for some people that don't want to spend heaps and heaps of money on a gear, like for a $200 rod, I think they're very, very good value for money. So that's my most common bass rod. On there, I'm running 22-pound X braid. Um, Sort of, you don't have to run that heavy. You could drop back to there's a 16 or a 14. But because of how thin it is, it's just what I run, and then I'm just running a mix of leaders from sort of 8 to 12 pound, maybe 16 in some heavy structure. So yeah, that's my main bass rod. And then next one along, so these are my two heavy bait cast setups. So here where I am now, I run these mainly for chasing jacks, sometimes school dew. Otherwise, if I was to go north chasing barra, I run these as well. So this one here is a 601 BMH Archer rod. This is an older Archer rod. It's 10 to 17 pound, and I've got a Curado DC 150 on there. On this one, I'm running, I think I put a 40-pound X braid on there. Yeah, again, just because it's very, very thin, and I've got the higher breaking strain. So, and then your leaders, I run, down around here, it could be 20, 30 pounds for schoolies. Jacks, anything from 20 to 50 pound, depending on where I am. And as you go north, obviously, it can get heavier depending on where you are. And my heavier bait cast setup, again, it's got the Curado 150 DC on it. This one is a Samaki C12. This one here is the 681 BH, so it's 10 to 20 pound. And this one here's got 50-pound X braid on it. So yeah, this is the one I was throwing for jacks towards the end of this season this year. But yeah, just got that extra grunt in it, chasing those bigger, meaner fish, I suppose. So yeah, the next one along. So this one here is probably my most used rod that I own today. It was an older model Smarky C12, but I accidentally broke it. So this one here is the new Smarky C12. This one's the 742 SML. So it's only a 4 to 10 pound rod, but I don't know, it's just got a lot of power in the back end of it. I've used it from anything from your Bream and Flathead fishing to even chasing school dew and small snapper and stuff like that. So just as an all-round rod, yeah. If I had to almost pick one rod up and take it, which is almost impossible for me, it'd almost be this one. I've got a 2500 Certate on there, and we're running 22-pound X braid on it. So leader wise, that just changes depending on what I'm doing on the day. But yeah, that one there would be my most used rod that I own. Next off the rank, we've got this one here is the Dobbins Fury 700SF. So this one here is very similar to the Samaki C12. I like, as an all-round rod, I do like sort of rods that have a very fast tip, but a lot of power in the back end. So this is very similar again. Like you could use this for everything, and I have again, I've caught Bream and Flathead and whiting on this, and I've caught school doing that on this as well. So yeah, for you just needed one rod to take anywhere. Sort of these type of rods, they go very well. This one's a 4 to 8 pound, and just not quite as long as the Samaki, so it's just got a little bit shorter. Head on this one is a Daiwa Kicks 2500. I think this one is. Yeah, 2500, and again got 22-pound X braid on there. And those last Bream video up at Tweed, Will was running, I think, that rod, and I was running the C12, and that was what we were just catching the Bream rod on. So this one here, this one is my light sort of plastic setup that I use a lot. This one is Samaki Zing Extreme. This one is your 2 to 6 pound, 2 to 6 pound 701 SXL. And that one has a 2500S TD sole on it in a TD3 series. This one has your 14-pound X braid on it. So it's just really nice and light in the tip, and I really, really like it for working plastics. I don't have it in the boat with me, but I also have a 101 Samurai Reaction, one of the really old ones, and that one there I use a lot for plastics and poppers and stuff as well. So this one here, this is a heavier sort of school dew in the river, bigger dew, or I'd use this a lot outside chasing snapper. This one's the 701 SH Archer rod. Again, like, some of my rods aren't expensive, but what you can buy today, like, you don't have to spend heaps of money to get a nice rod. Don't get me wrong, you'd like to spend that money, you get really, really nice gear. But I do prefer to spend a lot more money on my reels than my rods. This rod here is the 10 to 20 pound. And then I've got the 4000 Surtate on there. That one's running, I think that one's got 40-pound X braid on it. And then again, I just adjust the leaders depending on what I'm doing on the day. And then the last one I've got in the boat here is my 402 Samurai, 10 to 20 pound. Now, me and this rod, sometimes I say this is my most hated rod that I have, but this rod has caught me so many fish, so I can't hate it too much because I keep it. So it's just a very soft, slower tapered 10 to 20 pound rod. Like, you wouldn't almost say that it's a 20-pound rod, but I've caught over a meter barra on it. I've caught big snapper on it. I've caught a lot of big fish on this, so it is a good rod. Sometimes it just frustrates me, but that one there has the TD Soul 4000. It's the new MQ one, and I think I've got 50-pound X braid on that. So that's probably the most common sort of rods that I run for most general things. And don't get me wrong, I have a million other rods and reels in there which I do pull out. And I've got some really old stuff, and I've got trout rods and fly rods and all of that. But as a core range, they'd be my main ones. If you want to hear any more about them, or if you want to ask me any questions about them, just send me a message and let me know, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. That's the beauty of being working in a tackle shop for a long time. I get to play and use a lot of all the gear. So there's my rod and reel rundown. Later on, we might go through lures and plastics. That could take a lot longer because I've got a lot of them. Thanks for watching. Hit me up if you want to ask any questions, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.